And I'm delighted, absolutely over the moon, because we're about to start something truly unique, truly amazing. Let us know where you are in the world. First off, let us know what part of the world you are in. Jerry, if you're able to bring up some of those comments up there, that would be great, so people can see where other people are in the world. We've got a packed house here this morning. We've got my mum in the house this morning. Everyone say hi to my mum. So I want to know where you guys are as I share this post. And you could share this post. You never know just what might happen as a consequence of you just pressing a couple of buttons, that something might appear on your timeline that someone might think, what the hell has happened to you? Are you crazy having this guy on the screen? Or you might be someone's savior, especially with what we're going to be talking about today. This is day 1 of 4 weeks on willpower. That's right, day 1 of 4 weeks. If you're an elite member, get ready. Every single day, 20 days of, I would say, fairly intense coaching, or I would call immersion, where we're immersing ourselves in our own personal development. If you're not one of our elite members, why not? You can join the #1 coaching opportunity in the world. There is no better opportunity in the world right now. There is no better opportunity for you to get world-class coaching, for you to be a part of a great group of people, and to get the most powerful tips, tools, and techniques in the world. One of the biggest challenges that any of us face in changing anything is sticking to it, being consistent, even when we don't feel like it, becoming an applicator. So we don't just know things, we do things. And all you have to do is show up. That's probably the hardest thing to do, to show up every day, pen and paper in hand, whether you're watching this live or you're watching this on catch up. You're going to work on yourself. And the secret sauce that is the difference that makes all the difference is willpower. What I want to do today is explain to you why willpower is so important and what you can start to do to start developing it, cultivating it within you. Willpower is known as the queen of all virtues, the master aptitude. It out predicts IQ. You could be the most intelligent person on the planet, but unless you have willpower, you're screwed, basically. What does that mean? It means you will succumb to impulses and temptation. And that is why one of the oldest stories in the history of the planet is Adam and Eve. What was that all about? Well, that's up to you to decide. It's a pretty strange story, but we won't go into that. I just like the part of the story where they're told, do not eat fruit from that tree. And what do they think about all the time? What they think about is the thing that they really are told not to do. And of course, they're tempted by the snake. Now, I'm not saying that you're being tempted by a snake, but you are being tempted. You are being tempted by two powerful forces, and that's what we're going to look at. Let's just put on the board here. So here we are today. This is where we are today, and we are going on a journey, right? We're going on a journey. This line represents a journey, right? That's what life is. Life is a journey. Life isn't a straight line, as you probably know. You know, you don't fly from London to New York in a straight line. You have to change directions. We are on a course, and for the next 4 weeks, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, where would you like to be in 4 weeks' time? Where would you like to be in 4 weeks' time? This is 7 days, so this is today, right? This is today. This is what I want to share with you in the first week to make you aware of why you need willpower. You need a lot of willpower. You probably need more willpower than you've ever done in your entire life. This week, we're going to look at the science of willpower. Yes, the science. Why do you need to know the science? That's a good question. That is a very good question. Why do you need to know the science of willpower? Because it's the only thing you should have studied in school. All the stuff that you learned at school, I would say most of it, how much of it are you using now, today? Really, honestly. I mean, come on, seriously. I'm not trying to have a go at education, because I know there's a lot of teachers here, but I know a lot of the teachers that are here, they would change the system if they could. If they could wave a magic wand and we can all have a different education system, they would. They'd say, look, let's take that out. Let's make physical education the first thing that we do every single day in school. Let's teach mindfulness, and let's give them more exercise before they go home. We all know that's what we do, because that's what the body is designed to do. So I'm not here to have a go at teachers, but I'm here to help you understand. You get your head around the science, It's going to help you develop this and cultivate this. Write this down if you've got a pen and paper. You are a farmer, right? You are a farmer. Right? I'm a farmer. They're farming. Where are you farming? You farming sheep or are you farming crops? No, you're farming willpower. You don't know where you're talking like that, but let's say they talk like that in the West Country there. You know, something like that, Devon there. But we're talking about you building and cultivating willpower. If you don't cultivate it, if you don't get your head around this, you will give in to temptation. You will give in to impulses, and you will be like Adam and Eve. You'll be kicked out. You'll be kicked out of not the Garden of Eden, but the garden of you being able to achieve your goals, your dreams, and your ambitions. This is not a joke. Warning, this is a warning. This is a very important warning. If you don't get your head around this, you will lose the game of life. The winners in life, the winners, the ones who feel like a winner, the ones who achieve what it is they set their minds to, they have developed willpower. Willpower outpredicts IQ by a factor of 2. And this is why we should be teaching this. So this week, today, we'll look at this. And for those of you that aren't members, look, you get another free broadcast, and week 2 will be back, right? Next Monday, right? And I know some of you are currently involved in the My 365 Summit Challenge. How's that going for all of you? I'd love to get a review of how you're getting on with your challenge. So this is what we're going to be looking at this week, the science of willpower. Then next week, we're going to look at the self-destruction that we all have. Self-destruction. Everyone has self-destruction, and we are living in denial, right? I'm afraid we are living in denial. We're going to address this, and we're going to face the truth of who you are and what you are actually capable of doing. And then in week 3, we're going to start looking at some specific strategies. And then week 4, I'm going to show you how to use what you've built to do some incredible things. Does this make sense? Who's excited about what I'm talking about here, right now? We all need to get our head around. By the way, if you want to get let me show you something. Jerry, can you get me the Coke and can you get me the cloth? Now, I don't drink Coke because it's deadly. But let me just show you a tip, because this is the thing. There are tips out there. What is Coke good for? Does anyone know what it's good for? It's definitely not good for drinking. Coke Zero, what does that mean? It's probably just as deadly. But look at that. You want to get a shine on your board? Use some Coke. Hey, fantastic. Look, as good as new. Coke. Don't drink it. Use it on blackboards, and also clean coins in it as well if you want to, because there are so many things out there that have abilities. There are so many tips and tools and techniques that you can use to revolutionize your life. And that is what My 365 is all about. It is your opportunity to cultivate willpower. So what is it? What actually is willpower? Well, it's really your ability to get yourself to do the things that you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. So if we think about all the things that we need to do in life, so this is the big challenge, and this is what I want all of you to start just becoming more aware of. The difference between this word, what you need, right, versus what you want. Massive. This is it, guys. This is massive. What you need. What you need. You need to eat green vegetables every single day. You need to. The first thing you do in the morning, what you need to do is drink a glass of water. That's what you need to do. But you might not want to do it. What do you want to do when you wake up in the morning? That's a good question. Maybe drink coffee. Now, do you need coffee? That's interesting. I would say if you drink the coffee that I drink, I'd say definitely you need it. But you don't really need it. You need to drink water. That, to me, kind of falls in the middle of the two. What else do you need to do? You need to move. You need to exercise. That should be one of the first things that you do in the day. Do you want to exercise? No, of course you don't want to exercise. Why? Because it's painful. It's hard work. What else do you need to do? You need to love yourself. You need to love and respect yourself. Do you want to do that? You probably do, but you don't have the willpower to do it. This is something that if you can get your head around it, you need to take supplements, probably. Yeah, everyone needs to take supplements. Why? Because the ground that the food that you eat comes from is so heavily being over-farmed that it's missing vitamins and minerals. You need to do that. You need to eat organic food, but you don't need to. I mean, you need to, but what do you want? What do you want? And this is a world that has been absolute blitz with giving us what we want. But in most cases, what we want, we don't need. And we are living our lives based on what we want and based on not what we need. And if you can start to understand this, and then you get, okay, what do I need to move? I need to meditate. Meditation, whether you like it or not, you probably don't, because you think, well, I know I need to, but I don't want to. Why? Because I actually have to discipline myself. I have to slow down. My mind's active. I'd rather just do something that I want. What do you want to do? You want to surf the internet? What else do you want to do that you really don't need to do? And this is what's happening with our brains. And this is the time. There's never been a more important time in the whole existence of humanity for us to develop our willpower, because there's too many things in the world that we want that is pulling us away from what we need. And this is why we're all going to die before we probably need to. Now that might sound quite heavy to you, but hey, I'm here to call the whistle on a few things, you know. Okay, everyone come in. Listen, guys, great session today. Well done, but let's just face a few truths here. A few home truths about what? Here is your brain. This is how your brain works. Your brain loves to go out and seek pleasure for you. It wants you to do what you want. There is a massive imbalance here. And this is what this month is all about. It's helping you. This is the key. This is the key to help you develop the willpower to do what you need to do. Does that make sense? Let me say that again. This is what this month is all about. It is about you developing the willpower for the things that you need to do. So today, spend some time thinking, what are all the things in life I need to do? From your paperwork, from your ironing, to eating better, living better, eating better. What are all of those things? And right now, everyone, just share. What are the things in life you need to do? Don't look at it as right or wrong or good or bad. These are the things you need to do. And we can look at this. You can maybe make a list of all the things you want to do that you know you don't need to. See, all that's happening inside your brain is your brain, because many of the things we want, like smoking, drinking, gambling, watching excessive amounts of television, what that does is it gives us a hit. It definitely gives us a hit. That's why we do it. But our brain is mispredicting. It is mispredicting what is going to help us live longer and give us a much more feeling of satisfaction and fulfillment. And this is the irony of this whole thing, my dear friends, whoever you are, wherever you're watching this, the irony of this whole thing, if anyone knows what that word actually means, the irony, the fact, the cold light of day of all of this, which is the weirdest thing, and this is why you need help with this, I think, is that you need willpower to get yourself to do the things that give you willpower. Let me say that again. You need willpower to get yourself to do the things that give you willpower. Isn't that mad? Let's have a little bit of silence there for a moment. Because for some of you, this is probably the most profound thing you've ever heard in your entire life. And the reason I'm telling you this is I believe in you. I believe in what you're capable of. I believe the world is so messed up right now because of this. All the things that are being advertised to you, all the things that you see, a large percentage of them are trying to get you to do the things that people want you to do, but you don't need to do. And if you do the things that you want, that you know you don't need, you should enjoy them. But this is where willpower comes in, your ability to enjoy them and be able to know when enough is enough, rather than to give in to temptation over and over and over again. Why do you think all of the things in life that we are surrounded by are so addictive? Why do you think alcohol, drugs, cigarettes, sugar, why do you think these things are so addictive? Why? Because no one gives a shit, pardon my French. No one gives a shit about you. Maybe a few people do, but the commercial world that we live in, they don't really care about you. And then if you're sick, then what happens? Well, we'll give you some drugs. We don't want you to take responsibility. We want you to be a victim in this world that we live in. And if you want to be a victim, that's entirely up to you. I'm sorry if this message is sounding a little bit harsh, but it's like, wake up. Hello, wake up, wake up. You have the power to do some incredible things. You really, really do. Just like me, just like you, it's developing the will. And what I want to help all of you do that are a part of this incredible community is to develop some goals and some dreams and some ambitions of what is driving you forwards and help you be driven to work towards it. But this is where willpower really is going to come in to all of this. I better not go too high, actually, because you won't be able to see that. So maybe now, after this, what's your biggest takeaway from this broadcast? What's your biggest takeaway? Willpower. What is it? It's about getting yourself to do the things that you need to do, even when you don't feel like it. I'm excited to work with all of you. For those of you that aren't members of Elite, that's obviously your prerogative, but go and click on the link, and it's my personal invitation to you, my personal invitation. Let me just step over here. When you join Elite, we'll send you this. You can join for £1, £1. What the hell is that all about? Well, it's just giving you the opportunity to get your hands on this. And this is where all of our notes are, all of our masterclass notes. We're spending 4 weeks, my friends, on willpower. 4 weeks. If you're Elite, download the worksheet, print it off, whatever you need to do. Let's go to work. Who's excited? Who's fired up right now? I'm surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if some people have just turned this off because it's like, whoa, this is too intense. This is your chance. Don't be a victim anymore. Let's work on helping you develop the willpower to win in life. That doesn't mean you're competing against anybody else. It means you're competing against yourself. To develop the willpower to get yourself to do what you need to do. Any questions out there before we wrap up? It's 16 minutes past 7 in the morning. That's great to see so many people. We almost got up to 100 today. That must mean, but what you'll see, well actually, because actually ignore that. I was going to see what you'll see is if these broadcasts were free all week, you'd see the numbers go down because people's willpower goes down. Why? Well, they go to work, don't they? And so many people don't enjoy their jobs. So as the week goes down, less and less willpower. Those of you that have now got the kids for holidays, whoa, my God, your willpower is going to go down because your kid's going to want your attention. But unless you go and work on what you need to do for your willpower to stay high, oh, really on fire. Thank you so much. It's really great. I'm going to actually give myself some hearts. Biggest takeaway. Thank you. Casey's in the house. Always amazing to see Casey. Casey, look. This is a man who's had the willpower for the last however many years, 2 years, to produce every single one of our My365 podcasts. That is what you call willpower. Go and check out the My365. We're on Spotify now, by the way. Thank you very much. Any biggest takeaways? Yes, Kate, we've had Tufty Tuesday, now Monday. Look, I know some of what I've said it just has to be said, right? We know this is one of the biggest problems that exist in the world today is that people don't care about what they need. They don't even attach any relevance to this. This is why, as older people, which most of us probably are here, we need to be the example here. Otherwise, the whole of society, the whole of the world is doomed for everyone just to give in to temptation. But that's why, it's taken, how many years has it taken for there to be a tax on sugar? How many years has it taken for, cigarettes, for them people to put a thing over in the shop so you can't see them? What the hell is that all about? All of the warnings what the alcohol? It's time for us to take control of our own life and give our greatest gifts to the world. Thank you, SJ. Worksheet download. Can't wait to dig into it and build your willpower. It's the greatest thing you'll ever build. Thank you so much to all of you. I really, really appreciate every single one of you being here today. You could be doing something else. You could be doing something you want to do, like watch the news. You do not need to watch the news. You do not need to watch it. You might think you do, but hang on. How many of those things do you really affect? The number one thing that you will affect in this world is your life. This is your life. Thank you for being here. We will see you. And if you're watching this on the replay, please share it. Leave us a comment. We'll see you tomorrow, Elite family. If you want to get involved in Elite, you can join today and get involved in the #1. That's it. The #1 coaching opportunity in the world. Much love. See you soon. All the best.